for your information, this video was 7 hours of footage in total, and I have managed to cut it down hopefully to 1.5, 2 hours. Thank me later. Okay, we're back and we're about to go ham inside of that thing. Now I don't have a I'ma generally blow it out first and then I'll just throw on this one, I guess. Now I have a nozzle I can use to concentrate the air a little more. I just don't remember where I put it. It's not in here. Noot. I know it's here somewhere, I just don't know where. I meant I used it here for a lot long ago, but of course that all depends. It'll be fine. Let me go back inside of here, because I know there's a seal that is not inside of it at the moment. Which I think has yeeted with my airflow a little. Of course, this thing is dusty as all heck, but I mean, what can you do? It was cleaned the 12th, and it's the 21st today, so it's only been about what is it? 9 days? 9 days? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I don't know what the hell I did here. Now I'm gonna be careful when removing this. Then turn her around. Then put in the seal. And hopefully that should solve that problem. I'm also just gonna try put some penetrating fluid on these screws so they just kinda per se. Now, let's see if installing that has improved our rate of flow. It should start a little quieter at least. Yeah, there we go. I'm still gonna have to go over a lot of this. Oh god. Donk. Yeah, that improved the airflow, you could say. Yeah, about that. Woo. Now, where the fuck? Well, there's you. That is you. Well, the plan is to do the same to this thing, because that thing has also seen better days. Because this thing is also, well, quite filthy. Well, you pulled with you this one apparently. But yes, now all of those panels looks quite a bit better. So we're gonna flip her around because we're gonna take the entire radiator out to make our life easier. So radiator or pump. Now I'm gonna take this thing and mark them to make my life easier. Since all of these cables pretty much go through the same holes, I shouldn't need to pull them too far out. I'm sure people are gonna tell me that's a way better way of doing it. The RGBs doesn't matter where they go. The only thing I really bother about is where these go, because I don't wanna have to reconfigure everything again. There again, I said, where did I put that motherfucker? There I put it. Doesn't matter where the RGB goes. You want to be very careful while cutting these zip ties so we don't rip anything. And when I mean don't rip anything, I mean so we don't rip a cable apart, because I've already resoldered and fixed a few of these cables and I don't need to do it again. That's my point. Now this goes to the back fan, so that's not really anything bother to us. So these are the front two fans. So pretty much with all of these detached and this thing fed forward, I should be able to just take the thing off the block and just lift this entire radiator out. Which means time to flip it around again. Okay. So, with you out and you disconnected, I should be able to move these panels out of the way. And normally I would do this with the system laying, but I don't really have a proper surface to lay it down on, so we're just gonna demount it while sitting here. Now I'm gonna twist it a little bit before we actually pull it off to loosen it from the thermal paste. Because for anybody that's not familiar with the AMD and their PGA sockets, they tend to be a very big pain in the neck. So if you don't twist them, you might pull your CPU out with it. If you do that, because well, we're gonna that one thing I am gonna do immediately once I get to it on my lap is that I'm gonna find the zip ties I have laying here. I'm gonna, well, not really, but because I'm gonna swap this thing around, so we'll do that later though. Now I really need a table to do this work on, but basically what we're gonna do is that the fans in the bottom is gonna be swapped out with the fans on the top. Why, you may ask? Because the ones on the bottoms are lower RPM than the ones on the top. So yeah, that's why. So that way we can get more flow through the radiator. Now we're also gonna clean out these fans now. Now there again, here's the thing we need to here. There we go. Now this fucker goes bye-bye. Can just lay across there for the time being. So first now, let's blow this radiator clean, shall we? Well, this one has a little bit of a damage. So yeah. So then that's out of there and not hanging there, dripping fucking thermal paste everywhere.
A few moments later.
The power plugs and shit are. Yes. For a second I was doubting how few of these cables were ran, but then I realized that they were ran correctly anyway. Well, yeah. The big question is if we're gonna get the ground loop back into there now, is the big question. Now, maybe, hopefully, let's see if I hook this to an ungrounded contact, if it will not happen. But we'll figure that out the hard way. Nope, seems like we're fine. Now this one is done, so for the time being we can move you over here. Let's put her this way, so that way I can lay this one down like that, so I'm not putting so much strain on it, because the next thing on the list is taking out the GPU and, well, cleaning this thing. Huh. Oh God. Yeah, I don't know if that's just me, but I think that bracket is a little bent, so yeah, I might have to bend that back a little. I don't know if that's just me, but Oh. Boy. I need to screw them out. Please, I just get something sharp to peel that off because I don't wanna have it on there. Well, you guys ran out of power, so yeah. It smells alcohol. It still should still remove. So I was just like, hold on, wait a minute. Samsung in a graphics card. quickly blow out the fins in the heatsink. Like, is it fucking gallium on the inside of this package? Or what? You do not have any gallium on there? Now the big question is, are we gonna have enough for both GPU and CPU? We'll figure that out, of course. She's tight, she's down. this thing. Double check shift because I've had my fiber port on this board not wanting to so here is our 32 gigs of Corsair Ventus Pro RAM. So I'll put it right there. The one thing I'm also going to try, just because I want to see how it looks, is to my GPU vertically. But first now we're going to pop out this board and see what we can do. Now, here's the thing. Well, kind of the problem. I do not remember having a support tag for this board, although we may do. So we might have to hold it because I can't put this thing on the side to take out the motherboard, so we're kind of stuck in this situation. Okay. That way. Take a different screwdriver to start getting you out. How far was that fucker screwed in? Well, oh, this screw was barely screwed in. Now, the back shield, the IO shield, is held on right here by two screws. Yes, I would have had. So this is going to be fun to do. find anything weird that one, so I don't know. Ah. Need the last power, you fuck. Oh. Should be fine on the inner slot, right? You know. Yes. Go in there, you spoof. You spoof. Now let's see if I can nail this power connector. Oh yes. Perfect. That went just to plan, boy. What's the system? Oh. Real quick without having my keyboard with me. So this is because we're going to take, I believe it's this one. So what we'll do is just feed that one back in there. I'll also disconnect and maybe let's just I say. Let's clean off these beautiful drives. So for anybody wondering about my archival drives, they are a set of two 4TB Seagate Iron Wolf NAS drives, striped in just a normal stripe, no redundancy, no nothing. Although I do have error correction. So I have some space lost to carry the data, but it's not like the end of the world. There we go. I think it all loose, which is, well, interesting. Which then I'm wondering if you have like a loose screw in the back or something, I don't know. Anywho, back in you go. And I was about to say back out, go you. So let's do that. I'll know which one's which. And it doesn't really matter because Windows storage spaces tends to find the, or not storage spaces, but Windows disk management tends to find the drive again, no problem on its own. So, yeah, I don't know. So here's the second 4TB NAS drive. Boom. 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 And here are my other drives. So we got a HGST This I think is it a 320? This is a 1 terabyte. Yes. I've been thinking about maybe exchanging this one with a SSD and stripe these two, so that way I have about a terabyte of scratch disk space, because right now I only have 480. So yeah, so I've been thinking about that. Of course, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna have to borrow a extra SATA power in order to copy this drive / copy what's on this drive off of this drive before I change it out with the other drive. Now, it should be fine. These should be. I know this one's SATA 6.
1 hour later.
Well, we're back, and Jan and my girlfriend to the rescue. We got turbo paste. So now I can pop the radiator back on. The radiator, the fucking cooling block. Now, this is a little bit of a pain to do because of how you have to do it, but once you get her, it's like if. Yeah, that bracket ain't totally straight. Du går in i 3. Du går in i där. Där vi går. Då har vi de här pluggar i. Well, we're on the next phase. Yeah, I don't know if I should call this the messy phase or if I should call it the PVM phase. Come on, send the fuck. I think PVM phase is appropriate. HVAC cable time. Oh God.
He's gonna make something to get his. Hey, can you?
Nani?
The smoke, the candy is just it's running away from me.
Yes, and also, Jan, please don't mind what I'm about to do.
No, oh no. Oh god, no.
Let's just say I have a hard drive on the change out, so I'm too lazy to put it under the table again for something, get it out from under the table again, so we're firing it up on top of the bench.
No, don't do it.
Oh, you thought it was something else I was missing now? Now I just need a keyboard.
Whatever the hell that may be again.
Yeah, the soft sleep state is like if that it will provide power if you're in like soft sleep state will be normal sleep, hibernation, or if you just shut it off but don't cold shut it off.
I need stuff only got power transfer on my computer, so
But well, CPU is running at overclock, my RAM is running at tighter timings, my resize bus bars and DDR4 controller voltages are overclocked.
without the resize bar, but mine, if I restart my TV, this is support the resize bar.
Well, I mean, everything seems to be working.
Yours does support the resize bar. I have the option to turn it on.
Oh god, I forgot how the color of this old Samsung SyncMaster S22B300 is. Well, yes, my eyes, you aren't detecting any fucking audio devices. But she's working. So, if I can figure out what's on that disk and move it. So if I can take all this, cut it from you. Jan? Did I mention that I only have 1.41 terabytes of free space left on my two NAS drives?
One hour later.
Well, I guess update time. Number one, I realized the stupid mistake I did, what I could have done is been plug this in, plug the MacBook drive in, clone the other Kioxia drive that's in there to this drive, put this drive in the MacBook and put two Kioxias in here. I did not think about that, but I'll probably do that also tonight if I feel like it. It's formatting 78. This drive is pretty warm to the touch. Not overly warm, but pretty warm. This one is... Nah, this thing doesn't even give a fuck. Yeah. Now my big question is, if you're supposed to be able to... Well, yes, but wait. Oh, wait a minute. Ain't that when that's when the other bracket that's in the box that's downstairs comes into handy, because that's the bracket that goes here to replace this bracket for putting the radiator there. Although if I put a radiator there, then the big question is going to be where I'm going to put this thing, and God knows with the hardline water cooling system I'm planning to have in here, I might need another Commander Pro. Because this shit is gonna have 6, 12, 30, 40, 50, 16 fucking fans. So yeah, that's that scenario. I moved the amp and stuff over here. It's out of the way. Funny enough, I could use I could take that one, just put a, but that's at 4 ohms, so it would have a hard time driving these. We'd probably only be able to push like 50 watts out of these, if not even that, maybe 30. No, bring this thing out of here. So I guess what we will take and do that drive swap, I guess. But that means I need to unstripe the drives again, and I don't think I can do it while it's formatting. No, I cannot cancel. So I have to wait until these are done formatting, and then I can unstripe them again, and then I can. Well, meanwhile, we'll shut down this one properly, because I think stuff is open on this thing. Well, Chrome is open, which is this right. Anything else open? iTunes is open. Activity monitor is open. Adobe Acrobat is open apparently. Well, I can't close the Finder because that's a part of the Finder. So then we should hold down. There we go. She shut down. So then I guess I could per se unscrew her. Meanwhile we wait. This thing is like chugging air like never before. I haven't adjusted the cooling on anything, and I don't have a curve set. I should really make a curve so I don't have to adjust it manually, but because, well, my intake fans, in ground and reason, they need to be a mix of the CPU and the GPU, because it pulls air up through the rad like from inside and up, so I kind of need fresh air coming into the case in order for the radiator to get fresh cooling. So if I can set up like a mixed variable between them, so that way if it gets so warm, CPU and GPU, it will go so high. So although God knows when I'll be able to actually do that swap, because now first of all, when I do that swap, I'm gonna need to, well, what I can do is disconnect that one temporarily and then plug this drive onto that one, and then so I don't have, because I do literally not have more SATA power available, or about lol about that, I have one SATA power available down there, but I do not have another SATA cable available anyway, so that doesn't help the situation really anyway. Last time I checked, that's supposed to be a long screw, not a short screw, but I don't know, somebody maybe repaired this thing. This is a second-hand machine, so nothing to be surprised by. So now, grand reason it should just be to take this bracket off and the SSD should come out. There we go. Boom, and here's your MacBook SSD, or well, aftermarket SSD. What was in this thing was a old, I even have the disk, was this old Seagate. Yeah, actually Apple did use Seagate drives back in the day in their machines, of course Apple licensed. So this is a HDD, actually not an SSD, as you can see by the back. So this time when you booted the machine, it took literally like 2 minutes to get it to boot. After I swapped to an SSD, it went faster. So what I'm going to do, since I want to have 2 equal SSDs in my main machine, is that I'm going to put the Kingston one, which got replaced by the Kioxia ones, there, and then I'll probably take and move my game disk over here, change drive letters, put this Kioxia disk there, so I can have those 2 next to each other, and then that's how I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is that I'm just gonna unhook this thing, put this thing on there, and then I'll just unhook cables, move this one there, and then put this sled there. That's probably how I'm going to do it. Is maintained in some form or fashion. So that's 83 on the formatting. This shit is taking ages, boy. So well, I'll be back when we're closer on that thing. Well, time to get a pizza out of the oven. After waiting for that, watching YouTube videos, dealing with an annoying GFX artist that apparently is having an issue getting enough money to pay his rent, just sitting on his ass asking random people in Discord about money for the rent or emergency commissions. I guess it's not totally unreasonable, but he's at least offering to do stuff for it. I guess it's not unreasonable, but there again, when they say no, we don't have anything to commission and don't have anything to cash out with, then number one, do not expect them to just send out the random shit just because you need for your apartment rent. Second, when they have told you to stop, then you stop. And there again, the DMing random people in Discord is not really the way you do that. If you need to do emergency commissions, you put out like a notice about it on like Twitter or something, and then if you absolutely need money, then instead, if you have some works laying around on Twitter, put out a notice about it and a GoFundMe on Twitter instead of sitting here DMing random people. Because if a guy sits here thinking I just have random 50 bucks I can just throw around my ass, I do not. I mean, I pay like 920 bucks just in apartment rent. And then you got about 90 bucks of Ethernet on top of that, 90 bucks of phone on top of that. And then you got maybe about 300-400 bucks in food. It's like, hello? Clearly he is there now, and well, I don't know. Either he will unfriend me because he got mad at me, or well, something. Anywho, I muted the guy because I got tired of chatting with them. Although I guess one thing is I got in Shinshuki Senpai's server, I got in contact with the moderator there because, well, he had also been in contact with this guy, and we ended up having our own chit chat and kind of becoming friends, so I guess it's kind of a positive outcome. Dagger win, doing hot baileron and I was about to say blueberry harvesting, but grape harvest. So yeah, 93. So as soon as that one's done, I'm gonna unstripe them and then plug out that drive and then plug that drive in, and then I'm gonna open Macroom Reflect and I'm gonna start cloning that disk to the Kingston disk.
Okay, and yeah, I seem to remember this one last time took about 20 minutes. I'd say it's about half an hour for the whole lot, which really isn't too bad. I always hit them. I always hit the vines. I think last time I did have the speed set a bit higher. 8 feels to be about right. And yes, if you didn't see me put the trailer down here in the previous episode, here it is. It's on the corner, waiting for us to unload into it. Yeah, so we started at the top, so then we unload into the bottom trailer first, then we go out to the top trailer.
So yeah, I'll come back, or well, where are we? 94. I'll come back once we swap unstripe them again and swap drives and shit. Well, the discs are ready. So delete volume. Yes. However long time that's gonna take. Actually not long when you look at it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect this one. And then I'm gonna connect this one to this one. Then I'm gonna open Macroom Reflect. And we're gonna take the the 5086. Well, it must be this one because this is the only Kioxia disc in here. So clone the disc. Onto this thing. Next. Next. Finish. My clone 2. And that means there this thing should go. Will probably take a while, but shouldn't take all too long since it's SSD to SSD. Attempting trim operations, yes, indeed. So now this thing will just go for however long this thing will do. Attempting trim action, operation successful. Physical drive 0. So Macroom Reflect, if you need to clone a drive, you can simply do it by you can do it for free. Cloning drives are free. There are other options like backups and Windows Restore and image partitions, backup and restore points for Windows. You can do with the premium version, but just for cloning disks you can use the free version. So this thing is 2% in like a matter of a minute-ish. So say half an hour, 45 minutes maybe for this thing to do its shit. Then I just need to format this drive, move that drive there, put that drive there. Then I need to stripe these two drives together. And here we are. So, if you guys don't mind me, while I wait on that, I can probably create an OBS time lapse. Will be a weird screen ratio, but because the canvas size, I believe, is still set to 1440p. Video, yes, it's still set to the other common size, but well, I mean, I only have one screen at the moment, so I guess that's fine. That's going to start recording to the one it normally does, and then I'll just do that, and then you guys will get that time lapse. So here we go. Okay, and there we go. Set ID. Boom. There's a list of partition, then we select the partition. Then we delete partizione. Override. And boom. Successfully deleted. Thank you. Then by. Then here. Disk management. You are gone. Then we disconnect you. Then we reconnect you there. Then we connect the auto drive. That's here. Back where it was. There we go. And we do new striped. Next. The disk. Add. Next. Assign letter A. Thank you. Next. And neck live underscore ink underscore scratch underscore disk. Next, finished. Yes. There. Hi. Hey hoi. See ya. Kronk. 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 Bye. Night. I'm out. I'm out. Bye. You do your shit. I'm out. I'm tired. I'm out.
The next day.
Well, what is it currently in use by? Question mark. Oh. Yeah, I forgot this thing been recording for 11 hours. Then let's try to do this again now. Yes. I don't know what it's in use by, but it shouldn't be in use by anything that needs it. Did that change? Yes. And we have my local disk. Then I'm gonna change my E drive to D. You get changed to excuse me? Why are you? Let me reopen you because I think your not the computer management. And then this thing just Now I can swap it back to D, thank you. Although I'm gonna have to I'll do that later about that. But that should mean that A, B, C, D on this entire machine, except for me having to reshare that one. Yeah, I also need to... Well, why is it saying that it's shared then? Excuse me? Well, anywho, welcome back. My drives are done striping. OBS has been recording for 11 hours because I forgot to stop that because I was so deprived on sleep when I went to bed last night. I didn't even turn the crossover off. I don't know what the hell people are doing outside. They're working with an excavator. With an excavator out here, so I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're doing something. Anywho, it's a new day. And hopefully I can get her back together. I'm back under here today. So what we can start with, I guess, is disconnecting from my headset. Oh well, my janky headset. Connecting back into my mixer. Power it on. Well, the default config is still fucked, but...
It's something. Ready for the big moment? If we plugged it in all right. Said there was some troubleshooting. Well, it worked before.
So, nothing, no update there.
I mean, for now, this is pretty. It's something.
But then I think now we can shoot her down. I think.
Said there was some troubleshooting. Well, it worked before. Hey, it's working. Classic. Have you tried unplugging it, plugging it back in? She's booted!
So if you hold shift, you cold shut down. When you just press shut down, it pulls your computer into just a soft state. It doesn't actually, it's not fully sleep or hibernate, but it's kind of like hibernate, just that your peripherals and stuff won't boot up the machine or anything. So it's a soft state, not a full cold state. But if you hold shift while you shut it down, it's a full cold state.
We're sitting at anywhere from 150 to just shy of. I can afford a GPU. I care about gaming performance. Well, why would I buy this? But I don't always want to take my GPU with me. I want to be able to hold
Okay, so you go out. Now, what's gonna happen is that since these two are now striped, we're gonna take this out, take this bracket off. We're gonna move my game cache to this bay and then put these two next to each other.
You plug this little platform through here, and then you can slot.
And yes, I'm sitting here in 25.5 degrees with the jacket. It's probably gonna go off as soon as I start.
Then it's literally like you walk and go, oh, I need to go.
The moment I start working a little more, but
I don't know, maybe a bike to work, and like this is a little bit too much. You take this to work with you. Like maybe you're in a co-working space and you have like important documents, but you also have the same system. Like if you're a contractor, maybe you want the small computer to take some of those. Get a laptop. Yeah, I know, but maybe you want more power.
Maybe you want this message from our sponsor, Seasonic. Seasonic's Prime TX 1000 watt power supply is a great choice for high performance systems. It features an 80+ titanium rating, which
and now if this went as well as it did last time, this MacBook should just boot up and be good.
Control overall fan noise with fluid dynamic fan bearings. Plus, it comes with a 12-year warranty. 12 years! If you're building a new system and looking for a power supply you can rely on, you can trust Seasonic. Learn more about them on seasonic.com or through the links below. They're always there.
If you enjoyed this video, maybe go check out one of our mini ITX builds. They make kind of a bit more sense than this, especially when you factor in how quick it would be to just unplug the GPU from it and take that with you on the go compared to all these cables you gotta fight with.
Okay, I don't know what it just did, but okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these screws are too big, but here we are.
It's a preset that's built in, but you can get much better frame rate when you overclock them. And I made a little arm that adjusts both ways. So you get lots of tilts in.
So what we'll do is that we'll disconnect this thing, and then we plug that into the Kioxia drive, and try to be a little careful with these cables because recently found out those cables are not the most rigid cables in the world, at least not one of them, because you can probably see back in here this bungle of heat shrink and PVC tape. Yeah, I had a SATA powered cable rip off on me per se.
And power.
Yeah, I know, but it might not have detected it.
So now that we're booted up, you can see our IP. We've got a login screen. We should really do a written guide on this.
Yeah, we'll start with one. Probably should.
You could do that up for me. That would be great. Thanks.
And then let's
So
get
this is really cool.
this
The number of
behind.
customization options in the software can be a little overwhelming.
There we go.
at
So
first,
then we
but
got.
the premise is pretty simple.
Let me
Now,
get
we
my
just
label
have
maker.
This camera module here attached to this no camera attached. So we've got an example of what that might look like right here. So most of its processing power can be devoted to encoding footage to be stored onto your NAS via the network cable. That way, you can see all of your Wi-Fi cameras in one place. Do note though that you will need something like a Raspberry 3 Plus, because a Pi Zero won't be able to handle the load of a bunch of cameras, so that'll limit the resolution and the frame rate of the footage that can be recorded. To make this config work better, the cameras themselves can be run in a special setup called Fast Network Camera Mode, which uses the Pi Zero's GPU to encode a motion JPEG stream to the Pi server for much higher image quality and frame rate. So you can check out the forum post in the description for a how-to on that. These actually look surprisingly good, but that wide angle looks sick.
Yeah, so both of them are running 720p, 10 FPS right now, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, for a security camera, it's actually quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, these look way better than your average CCTV, and all of the footage that you get can either be backed up to Google Drive, so goodbye expensive NAS subscription, or it can be stored directly on a local NAS or just a PC, where it'll be safe from third parties and other prying eyes. And because you can choose your own camera elements, you can decide what features you want on each one. So that was the first thing we tried to tackle with the 36-core server machine.
Well, I mean, I do constant bitrate. For 1080p, I do 16. For 2K, I do 30. For 2.7K, I do 40 or 50. And for 4K, I do 70. If I do 4K with HDR, I do 80.
Of the codec. And Sorensen, due to its excellent handling of multiple concurrent projects, also a time saver if you have many processing cores, and its ability to utilize all cores for a single project with supported codecs. So Episode is a great concept, but we abandoned it quickly due to stability issues. Sorensen, on the other hand, impressed with ingest, or when the footage is initially removed from the camera. And here's some bad and some good news. While Squeeze Desktop, Sorensen's low-end offering, can perform a task like this across many CPU cores, because we dumped so many video clips off our SD cards at a time, it just wasn't stable enough with our workload. So we turned to their server offering, which operated much more smoothly to automatically monitor our video file dumping folders and transcode everything we dropped in them. So the benchmark was a folder of 41 video files totaling 16.7 gigs. And by prioritizing multiple tasks, this could be processed in about 14 minutes. A small price to pay, even on a video that needed to be edited immediately for the improved timeline performance. But unfortunately, time wasn't the only price. The server version requires a Windows Server operating system to run on top of and costs $5,000 plus yearly maintenance fees. And furthermore, despite the assurance we received from Sorensen's engineers that there shouldn't be any gamma or color shifts using QuickTime as a wrapper between Squeeze's DNX HD export and Premiere's import, it was there and very difficult to compensate for. So it was back to the drawing board somewhat, which led us to a conversation with Blackmagic Design, where they said that Cineform could also be a great mezzanine codec, an option that had been discussed early on due to its...
I use Cineform UV 10-bit, GoPro Cineform UV 10-bit when I added GoPro footage.
Compatibility with the next yearly release. Better than even DNX HD, thanks to an extraordinarily poorly documented feature of Cineform. It's GPU accelerated. So even though DNX HD also performs like a champ, it can eat 50 to 60% of a 12-core Xeon while scrubbing through footage, while Cineform is using the fancy Titan X graphics cards that NVIDIA sent us for our workstations to keep CPU usage much lower. So then here is the process that we finally settled on. We're using Adobe Prelude 2015 to ingest our footage, automatically dumping the raw files off of the camera to a local storage array on the machine in case of an emergency, and then queuing up transcode jobs for each of those clips in Media Encoder 2015 to send to our network share. We then use Media Encoder 2014, which is included with your Creative Cloud license, by the way, to monitor the watch folders that we export our finished jobs into and turn those into H.264 files ready for publishing on websites like YouTube that's seeing CPU usage as high as 90%. But that doesn't mean that you need a multi-$1,000 network render machine to utilize this workflow. All we've demonstrated here is that it's scalable to that kind of hardware for a small team. You could easily take advantage of this on a smaller scale with a low-power network machine if you just wanted to improve your timeline performance and not sit around waiting for exports on your main station while something else works on that in the background. Speaking of things that run in the background, TunnelBear is an easy-to-use privacy app for mobile.
If she works. That is sound. She's probably gonna use a half time to boot, but because it needs to detect the drive, but she should boot. So of course, first time after getting a drive installed, it's obviously gonna take a half minute, but
actually mentioned to me that one of the biggest uses for this stuff now is actually shipping perishables, like food. So Blue Apron, a sponsor of ours, actually
Would you look at that?
bonded logic shipping material to ship, like cold stuff that sits on your doorstep so that it doesn't get hot and spoil.
I mean, it's still slow-ish, but it's better than what the hell we...
It's made of recycled jeans.
Well, I don't know, slow-ish, I said.
Okay, so right now what we're doing is we're getting a baseline measurement of what the sound is like.
But it seems like she's
So everybody quiet.
totally fine.
So 42, 43 decibels.
Striped.
Still sheds a fair bit of material creating dust from our freshly dusted servers. Look at this keyboard. Look at this keyboard. Fortunately, I was one step ahead and I ordered a custom air filter. It's rolls.
Archive 2 goes in the bottom. Not in the bottom, in the middle. Ow, because we do have a bottom slot here, but it's not populated. So I could add a third drive in here if I felt like it.
Substantially more reflections. This is the problem with any DIY project. I've actually done a lot of the easy stuff.
That's all the drives audited. This was more a test than what I was gonna use, so we're done with you for now, MacBook. Yeah. Oh, let's plug in this one too. Oh boy, my back and my feet are. Oh, I had a sneeze coming.
Another handy dandy thing about this fabric is once you
So.
ripping it, it rips in a straight line in both directions as far as I can tell.
Oh boy, oh god, oh boy, I forgot about the power for you. Ugh.
So everyone's back in the office now, though.
So I can't
So I can't
afford to accidentally unplug shit. Says that a few minutes later, hits a button on the UPS. So, one thing I've been thinking about doing is taking one of the fans that are inside of that system to swap out the Noctua fan in the back here. The only problem is I might have to throw a extension cable for the fan RGB in here, because it will probably not be long enough, because this is the Corsair Commander for the water cooling, so that is controlling all the fans on the top and the bottom of the radiator. And then you got this Corsair Commander Pro, which takes intake temp, outtake temp, does my RGB strips, and also does my 3 intake fans and my exhaust fan, which is currently just a Noctua NH15. Or well, a fan that was on that one. So,
a thermostat here that's going to monitor the temperature of the room and kick on an auxiliary fan.
and I don't know.
In case it doesn't completely fake it here. So Jake designed and Protocase created for us a cover this full width so that the sun
Well,
has a direct path out, but the air still has a way in.
she might reach. And it's not like I need this system to be up and running like now. So I could steal a fan from here and throw it in the back. You know what? Let's do that. Let's. Do that. Okay, so let's rip her out per se.
Adventure in learning to be water cooled. This export server
Now it's gonna be a little bit of a difference because as you see, these fans are getting their RGB from inside of the fans. These fans are getting it from the LED ring around it. So it's gonna be a little weird to look at first, but probably be fine eventually. I don't even remember which RPM those fans are.
First I need to know if these are the magnetic. Oh yeah, they are. Okay, that's excellent.
Well, if anybody knows per se about, well, I could just order, but because my plan is to get a PCIe Gen 4 riser, and yeah, so hi, that fan ain't held in by a cable anymore. And put my GPU, take my GPU out, mount the bracket here, and then vertical mount the GPU. Of course, then that won't be visible. Which is a little bit unfortunate, if anybody knows me.
Ting makes it easy to spend less on your monthly mobile bill. Basically, you head over to their website, so that's linus.ting.com. We've got that linked in the video description, and check out their savings calculator. You put in your last few months of bills, you put in how much you paid, and it lets you know if Ting's pay for only what you use system is going to work for you. And the odds are pretty good because the average Ting bill is only $23 a month per device. So you must be sitting there going, Linus, well, this sounds like a kind of shoddy mobile carrier where their customer service probably sucks. But that's not the case. If you call up Ting, you can try it. You will speak. You will realize. I was doing a test. I was testing to see if you were paying attention. One is from.
Oh, come on.
Everything's fine.
Everything is fine, he says. And yes, I do not need that extension cable. We're good. Okay? We're good. That thing is...
Basically, it has two...
I'm hoping to put this thing like... Okay, let's just put in a screw first. And then we'll do our shit after that.
40 amps total is enough, but just in case I bought another one, we can return it without me. I'm just gonna whack it on everything because, you know, YOLO. Oh, you're opening up the instructions, you're weak, Johnny.
Yeah, it's fine.
Johnny.
Jesus, YouTube, is everybody streaming today? Jesus!
You know what we could do is we could align it using a power cable. You can just throw a power cable in the that's really stupid. Okay, so we can plug these into the UPS then. Everything is fine.
Everything is fine! You sure about that, Linus?
Don't I seem fine?
No, you don't seem fine.
Oh, hold on a second. So this bad boy can go here. And this bad boy can go here. Ow. Ow. I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
I'm fine, thank you for asking.
What the hell? Prop 65 warning. Handling the coated electrical wires of this product exposes you to lead. Good thing we're taking those labels off, putting on our own labels. So the idea is that with these cable management things
in ground relation,
that's it.
everything back here is now done.
Without causing a tangled mess
So,
or causing anything to unplug, because these will keep it from catching.
this panel will back on.
The system works! I'm fine. Hey, Jay! Can
You pull this tight? Lord. To be continued, mine.
If you want. So you're out for far longer than would not be embarrassing. A good way
Not to
to
the branch.
hold this
Stay.
stupid cabinet door open while I'm sliding servers in and out of it.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure if we went to nothing, probably it'd be perfectly fine.
So the problem is that it kind of doesn't open all the way easily. So when you're trying to slide stuff out, it gets caught here and here. So here's my idea. I'm gonna open it up as much as I can, then I'm gonna drill a hole in the side of this keyboard tray. It's going the wrong way. Dang it. Then, I'm gonna take the Allen key that I always have to have here anyway, so that I can pull servers out. And God damn it! Right in there! Yes! Oh crap! Well, now this can't lift up, and that's also in the way. Here's the thing. Johnny, who originally set up all of our VLANs and all of our routing and all of that stuff, has sort of retired from the IT consultancy business. So we're going to be trying to piece together everything that he did on our Ubiquiti here and then reassemble it on our PF Sense box from Supermicro here. In theory, this is just going to be a simple one-to-one instant swap-a-rooney.
It's not going to be.
Wow, thanks, Jake.
What a downer. You still can't find it?
No, it's like I looked everywhere over there.
In the workshop too?
Well,
I looked
go
in
into the
workshop.
fucking hole, thank you.
And Hangout's ringing, but you're pretending.
Hey, sorry to bug you. The like last Russell from the professor is missing.
Oh, he's not.
Where would you find that?
Oh. Hertz, 16 threads, 8 cores. Got 32 gigs of RAM.
Steel panel goes on,
The
boy.
bandwidth mattered or something, or I think those were the lowest capacity ECC DIMMs we had.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I say we just let it keep the RAM. Fine.
Yeah.
I like WANs.
It's
So we're only,
fine.
what, an hour and a half in? I actually don't know if we're gonna have all of this done by Monday. I am finished auditing one server, and Anthony is copying config files. Oh, come on! Do I even care? Should I put the drive covers over the top? Does it matter? I just don't know if it matters. Jake, do these matter?
They're probably good for like vibration or something. Oh, that's exactly what it's for.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, we blew each other.
Oh, no, that's unfortunate.
At least one of these days has an SSD in it, but I don't see any so far. No, 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 no. I don't even.
60, 55.
The main issue with this one is that it's at the
After
very
2
bottom of
days.
the rack.
Well, technically speaking, probably one and a
Yeah,
half.
orange RAM, I forgot about that. These are my old drives from my gaming rig.
They were refurbed when you got them.
Refurb Force 120s that I bought like 7 or 8 years ago. Well, that's a lot better than I expected. Given that, oh, you know what? I forgot. This case is filtered. Probably need to cancel it. Not inside. All that's left now is we're just gonna blow out petabyte project in the server room. We'll have that fan on, and we're just gonna blow the dust out into the warehouse. And good luck, everybody else. Rip Anthony. Oh, watch out there, bud. Oh, bud, getting dark. Watch your toes there, bud.
Are you ready for the full cooch? We got a X540 T2.
Yep.
E5 2620 V4.
That sounds about right.
Two X400 128K SSDs. XL60.
Wait, does that say triple redundant?
It does. Ooh, baby, a triple.
And then Delta 1 should have 60 drives.
Oh, I don't want to count.
Jake, do you want to grab your screwdriver, and then let's get this Edge Router Pro out of here. PF Sense actually has a really cool feature. What's it called? Carp failover or something like that?
Something like that.
So we're just, people just bring in a power cord or whatever.
Never take it out. I know, I did that a bunch.
Give it a ton of thought.
Wait, weren't you never supposed to unplug that thing?
Jeez. Just just sheer amount of extra wiring is ludicrous.
You know, you're trying to lift this heavy piece of a bastard on your fucking feet. But it's not easy bending your feet that far out when you literally got a fucking half a meter fucking 58-cent fucking case. Super Tower. It's not the easiest thing in life.
What? Like under the dude?
Yeah, under this.
What?
And I might even run a ball that having their cable back there
work.
since we're going to
I
board
mean, he
and
works
cable
real
there
hard
anyway.
for like putting tape on the ground. I
They're probably going to wear a new SSD card
lights up
anyway.
and works.
So it's
That'd be
like,
super
ugh.
cool.
It's gonna be really unfortunate if it doesn't.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what we will do.
We will learn command line switch configuration. What's beeping? Oh, the UPS is having a hissy fit.
Yes.
Oh, turning it off? No. Wait, what is going on? No. This is kind of moment of truth. It's in, it's on.
Wait, here, let me unplug back in again.
What? No. Just let's just find out if it works, alright?
Oh, okay, well I already did that, so I hope that is working. Okay, I'm plugged into 15 upstairs, I think. Is that plugged in?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one who fed me all the cables from the front, supposedly.
Oh, there's a 15 right there plugged in. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna go upstairs and see if we have internet.
Ow.
That was too much impact from my testicles. So here it is, the moment of truth. It's not working.
FreshBooks is the small business accounting software that's custom built for how you want to work.
Dinner.
Okay, game plan time.
It's game plan time. I got my.
Just wiping the SD cards. We also need the 10 gig connectivity in order to.
Okay, alright.
I'm going to start by installing servers because I think we're kind of at that stage now.
Okay, here, I'm gonna get a colored Sharpie, not to write on my
Oh,
notes.
wait a minute.
So,
Maybe plug in the cable.
Brandon already said
Maybe
it's
an
on.
ID.
You just have another monitor here? Is that gonna be a problem? Yeah.
Although the cable is still going to be just flattening back
They've
here,
already
but I
dropped
guess
that.
that's
So from time to time,
Compromise we have to
issues
take.
with the in-depth softwares that are available
Power.
on PC.
Machine
Or there
has
are
power.
keyboards that come in and interrupt.
Power button.
So a lot of
The shit is
more
on.
reputable- I don't know if they're better. We haven't tried them yet, but a lot.
Show me signs of life.
Because a lot of productions use Mac. We're also
Thank you.
experiment with using a dedicated station as our wiping station for cards. In addition to transferring the data wherever it's supposed to go, you will also take your card out, and anytime it's time to wipe a card, you must do it in the dedicated wiping station, including a full
It's in.
copy. That
It's
way,
plugged
the
in.
initial
It's
injection,
done.
Theoretically,
Wee.
at least 2 copies of it.
Well, there was never a proper ending to this video. This video kind of just kept on going with like an hour or whatnot of just garbaggio footage of me pretty much forgetting that my GoPro was recording, so it recorded till the SD card was full. Anyhow, if you guys have watched this far, thank you guys for watching this entire video. It was a total of 96 splitted up GoPro clips that I edited together. Which is multiple gigs. I don't know off the top of my head. I'll put it on the screen right now. If not, I already got it pre-selected in here. No, I do not. So, yeah. 324 gigs was the total file size of this raw footage. And that was without transcoding to 442 or Cineform before actually editing it. So yeah. So thanks for watching. I've been editing this down for 7 hours and 50 minutes till 1 hour and 59, so 2 hours basically, including this ending. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Check out links down below for my gaming channel and my other social medias, my Linktree. Thank you guys for watching, and Neko Live out.